Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gary Shamel. I am back with a new reaction, and I'll tell you, I tried my hardest to stay away from Will Smith and his marital issues that he has going on. I do believe people should really mind their business when it comes to stuff like that. But this is all put out in public as well, and of course, subject to public opinion. I have so much respect, an immense amount of respect for Will Smith, for his personality, for how chill he is, for his talent, his love for his children. And you can tell from day one, like even from the album that Wild Wild West was on, with him putting Jaden on there and making songs about his son and all of that, just everything that a father should do and a father should be. In my opinion, Will Smith really, really collected it all and put it into one person. Uh, so with that being said, I would like to use this hopefully as an example to go into my opinion on marriages, my opinion on a woman's respect for her husband, my opinion on a man's respect for his wife at the same time, and how you should go on and handle things. I hear people talking about it and saying the most disrespectful stuff about Will Smith, having Future involved and all of this other stuff, which I'm not really a fan of, but that's not what this video is about. So with all of that said, and enough of me ranting, let's really get into the video right now. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's people's feelings involved.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's healing that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so I think it was about 4.5.
So he already looks like he's kind of emotional. You looking at his eyes.
Needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. A man's eyes says a lot. Even though he's staying there, he's humbled, he's not losing his cool.
Yes, absolutely. So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so I think it was about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Started a friendship with August. Mm-hmm. And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all started with him just needing some help. Mm-hmm. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state, and we found all those.
So that's how a lot of things really, really start when women develop not just emotional affairs, but develop emotions, period. A lot of times men take advantage by drawing on a woman's emotions, giving false stories, telling them the sad stories of what's happening in their lives, and then women feel the need to, because they're more motherly in nature, feel the need to reach out and say, hey, maybe I can help this guy, which is the wrong response for any women that's hearing me right now, to immediately base your friendships off of, wow, this guy has a really sad story and he just needs emotional support. Wrong response. And then you get deeper into those emotions because that guy starts to get attached. And in your head, you're like, we're developing a bond and he knows that he can really depend on me. When very, very often, I'm not saying that there's not men out there that see that that woman is ride or die and decide to jump on that opportunity to have a good woman by his side. But very often, that is a game that you need to be aware of and see those as red flags right off the bat and start trying to look at what else is offered to make sure you're not being played.
Those different resources, to help pull them through. Mm-hmm. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And even, and I just heard that and they connect to something else, but even if you do put somebody towards some kind of resources or put them on game toward resources, that's when, especially if you're already connected with somebody, you step back. All right, I heard what you had to say. I pointed you in a good direction. I wash my hands. I got nothing else to do with it. If you can't take advantage of this person I hooked you up with, this therapist I hooked you up with, this program I hooked you up with, then that's on you. But I gave you clear, concise direction. But right now, we got a boundary, and you ain't crossing it.
Yeah.
That particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were
over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there.
But her emotions also crossed paths with his, and that's what's going on. She was having a tough time. He had emotions. She had emotions. Or he was playing the game, and she had emotions, and she had a shoulder that she herself can cry on. And that's oftentimes what women are looking for. You have to, in your mind, women, prioritize your growth, your mental state, and you don't put it on a random person. That's what I was saying in my previous episode of my podcast, is you have to be careful who you decide to speak to about your business. Your business is your business. You don't go chit-chatting with just any little friend. All right? Nix that. You get your trusted circle, your trusted counsel, be it your parents, your therapist, an actual friend that you know for a fact, no kidding, is ride or die and has been in your corner since day one. Because we very often know that friends can screw stuff up.
As time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with.
And that's Will asserting. Like, a lot of people was trashing Will for this. I wanna go back and watch Will as a man assert, like, don't BS me. Listen to the tone of his voice. Look at his hand movement even on the table, and look at how he looks at her after.
August, that's what I said. August, that's what I said.
You need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with. August, that's what I said. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Correct that. Say what it is. Don't try to use no soft little words over here. We're going to call it what it is. All right. Will ain't the soft dude that people try to push him off to be just because he plays the nice guy.
Absolutely.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy.
I was in a lot of pain.
This is obviously an edited video, but at the same time, it's hitting on a lot of important parts and a lot of stuff that I actually spoke to previously. We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy. That doesn't mean you get involved and start leaning on somebody else. I don't feel like separations are bad when you know for a fact that the opposite person that you're dealing with, or your significant other, or your spouse, or whoever, isn't going to go and use that as a time period of casting their emotions onto somebody else and using them as their, I guess, in their sexual benefit. You know what I mean? Because this really blew up. Really, really blew up in both of their faces.
It's very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
Mm-hmm. During that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like?
So while she's dealing with this guy, she's still also trying to figure out how to go through the process of healing with him, which creates a different set of emotions. And a lot of times that when you have somebody else on the side, those emotions, when you're trying to figure out, well, how do we heal? How do we come together? You start to look at, if you ever seen She's Gotta Have It by Spike Lee, and I'm not talking about the original, I'm talking about the one on Netflix right now. She had three different 3 different dudes without me giving it too much away, and each one was a characteristic that she really liked and felt that she had to have in her life to make the ideal partner. So with this, it could have initiated a flood of emotions, especially in the mind frame of a woman and how a woman biologically is hardwired to where, okay, I can have this over here. I like this right here. This is enough for me, but I still have to figure out how to heal so I can get what I love from Will at the same time. But also keep it at a distance because I don't like this, I don't like that, da 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 da, and all of those negative emotions start to flood. So instead of focusing on the self growth, instead of focusing on her and what makes her happy, it becomes what she said, an entanglement. So now you feel a full weight and the full pressure from 2 different sides of trying to figure out how you're going to maneuver and how you're going to move without pissing off either one of these people.
You were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good.
I want that question back.
You were looking for?
I just wanted to. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would,
during that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
See, he asked what was she looking for. She said she just wanted to feel good. She was looking for her pride, her ego to be stroked. She is looking for I don't know if it was like feeling younger or what, but she was looking for something that she felt like she wasn't getting, and she tried to push it off on somebody else and still didn't get at all what she was looking for. And now they're here. And Will is holding it together well because you can tell from his face that he feels embarrassed and a plethora of different emotions going through his head right now as a man. And he's trying not to lose it for the sake of the camera.
Husband, now I got to be with you at the press conference while you like tell the world about your transgressions. Like I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
No, I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity.
See, in doing the wrong things, you can learn about yourself. So I can't fault Jada too much for that, you know. What it sounds like to me is she did take the opportunity to really mature on her own. She learned exactly what not to do and how not to get involved with certain things. And hopefully that didn't mean that she learned how to cheat better. Hopefully that means that she absolutely matured to the point where she's confident enough within herself to where she doesn't even have to go that route in that direction anymore. And unfortunately for some people, it does take that embarrassment and that turmoil to get rid of that part of themselves.
Emotional insecurity. And I was really able to do some really deep healing. It was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah. Like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay.
I wish
I knew what that even meant, man. I really do wish I would have met. I knew what that meant. Will is a really private guy. He keeps a whole lot out of the public eye, and this just happened to be one of those things that just kind of he wasn't able to keep under control. I don't know if y'all hear those sirens or not, but I promise I'm not in the hood no more. So, but anyway, Yeah, he keeps a lot of things kind of compacted in. You didn't hear anything negative about Will for the longest time in the press, and people would reach and reach and reach and try to throw dirt on his name and did it unsuccessfully.
Speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you back first, and then
you gonna get me back. I think you got me back. I think we're good on that. Okay.
Okay.
I wish, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
But and I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay.
Hey man, they tried to put that little blurb in there about simp energy earlier. Will ain't no like you can love your spouse to death and all that. But it is certain things that you really, really have to put your foot down on, and you don't have to do it in public. I've said it before, like, don't embarrass your spouse. Don't ever embarrass yourself, especially if you have kids involved with them. What you do privately is nobody's business publicly at all. You know what I mean? But put your foot down. A lot of people think just because he not out there putting they transgressions and they arguments and stuff on live, and he's not being toxic toward her, to where we can put eyes on it, that he's soft and he's a simp and he just letting her run all over him and do what she wants to do. Will Smith has a whole lot of masculine energy, and it bleeds. I don't see how people don't see it.
I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. But I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
If you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime,
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
You can see the pain in his face though, and there are millions of women across the world that take men back after situations like this, and even situations that happen publicly like this, and it's almost accepted for women to do it, and nobody kind of like bats an eye. And a lot of times women get played and played and played again, but there are those men, those percentage of men that like, I ain't doing that again. I ain't going through that. Let me get my act together. You know what I mean? But when a dude does it, is soft and is simping. Now, me personally, you do something like that, it's a no-go. I'm sorry. You do something where you actually go and you get into a however many years long physical plus emotional attachment, right? And that's somebody that you felt the need of, oh, they have issues, I need to help them grow through their issues. And that's a relationship, like a true to life relationship. Well, I'm over here and I'm really working on fixing myself, and I'm really, really getting down into like who I am. And we have kids and we have this going on and we have these businesses that we're trying to help grow and develop or whatever. And you go and do that. For me personally, that's a no-go. But like I'm saying, I'm not saying that's me, okay? What I'm saying is there are women that do it the world over and nobody bats an eye. But as soon as a man that does it, they get crapped on. I don't know. Maybe in my opinion, is because Will Smith can do no wrong because of the how I grew up just watching him and looking up to him. You know what I mean? But again, it's none of my business. I just wanted to point out certain aspects in this video, my first time watching it, and kind of equate it to real life and show how men interact with women and women interact with men, and what can lead to what in situations, and how situations can grow and kind of congregate into something bad. So again, if you like reactions like this, like, share, subscribe. I don't want to keep you guys too long before I lose interest. Yeah, and we can hit it off. Put some comments down below and let's really start a conversation. What did you agree with? What don't you agree with? What don't you like? Keep it respectful. We can go from there. Will, I hope you make a really, really good movie with Denzel before y'all are forced to kind of retire out, or like whatever ends up happening, in the future. God bless you, Will. If you ever watch this video, still one of my favorites for life.